just so you know, they are asking about the lights because they are literally playing right beside each other in the same room. All right, and we are going to see the first round, starting from the scope's perspective. Dave goes down from rip side, and there we go. Gregor with a nice kill on the enemy scope. 4v4. We're seeing the bomb plant go for B as usual business for Burgundy. Rue getting a nice kill, however, his teammate went down. Now we're seeing another bomb plant, this time going down for real. And now the enemy is encircling the site, leaving Smiatek in a 1 versus 3. And looks like he gets a double kill. There's only one left. Mega versus Smieta. Let's see who wins this scenario. Knows where the last one is, and he's injured. Making sounds just to try to throw him off, but instead Smieta gets the 1 versus 3. MEFKINGS gets the first round on the board with a very nice 1 versus 3. You just love to see that. Let us follow the scope on the American side once again. Let's see how they peek. And he missed it. He didn't see that. That was a German waiting to peek. And he didn't know about it. And there we go. Another team kill. Looks like Burgundy is filled with team kills today. As we see a rip him off player going down. Rue himself waiting for the enemy to come to APC. But he doesn't know that there's 2 of them watching. There you go. He gets the double kill, but Mega finds him. 2 versus 3 situation. They've got 40 seconds. There's also Nasty Garant. There's also Nasty Thompson waiting for them. Now it's a 2 versus 2. Mega looking for a way into the site. And now we have the shotgun left alone. The only American left standing. Has to dodge all of these bullets. Cannot get a frag, and then Dave finishes him off just in time to get the first Axis round this early.
Explosives diffused. Axis win.
Once again, I am interested in any jumpers. Where are we seeing the duel? You could see the backpack, and now looks like our scope sees it too. Couldn't get a shot on him. And now the Americans are getting picked off 1 by 1. There's only 3 of them left. Bomb is being planted in the safe spot. There you go. 4 versus 3 now as Comet goes down. The Dilla making a kill. 2 versus 4. And there you go. The shotgun is now making its way to APC. Gets a miss. That's another miss. Very unfortunate as he gets swarmed by the Axis. And then Dave finishes the round with a kill. 2-1. The Axis now ahead. And let's not show that on the stream. Whatever was happening there as he was defusing. Let's pretend that never happened. But what did happen in the second round on defense? Look at Dave. He's going for the B side. This is where you need the good movement. This is where you can shine. And if you can jump well. There you go. Dave picks off 1 attacker. And we have everyone all over the place from Axis. Dadilla playing for information. There you go. There's a frag for you. but you better watch out. Because there could be more. And he sees it. There you go. Another nice frag onto Buku. Leaving us with just a measly sniper who gets picked off by Gregor, and now it's 3-1. Looks like Rip is now going for a very aggressive approach to this side. Already 3 rounds in is a very good start, I must say, if you're defending. And there you go. You see those defenders. Now we have a triple kill for the Americans. Only 2 defenders left. We're now going to meet the scope. Rue gets a kill into Comet. And now it's Mega left alone. Core 98 and Thompson in hand. Gets a nice headshot onto Smieta. And now Buku and Rue have to manage this 2-on-1. Let's see what happens. You've got 35 seconds left, Mega. And you can definitely do it. Now that he knows there's a player behind the wall, he just doesn't know that he's moving away into safety. And now he's getting swarmed. He's low HP, and before he can start regenerating, Uru finishes him off. 3-on-2. MEFKINGS gets a second one. These snipers love avoiding each other. And this time, Rip him off is now going for an A push, which the MEFKINGS players noticed, and they are now planting the bomb. Bomb goes down, but the planter goes with it. And Buku also dies to Comet's shotgun. Who then dies to the cheeky sniper and sniper house. And now we have a 4 versus 3, and the sniper gets picked off. Dave gets another kill. 2 versus 4, 35 seconds left. And there we go. A 4th round for the Axis as they swarm the site. And also we see another team kill. I don't even understand what is going on anymore in these Burgundies. We had like 4, I think, on that micro match. And now we had our second one, and this, remember, this is just the first half. We've only seen 6 rounds so far, and we've already had 2 team kills. And let's see the sniper duel. There's a head, and there's 2 kills for Rip. Only 3 Americans left to do something in the round. And now there's a 3 versus 2. Let's see if the grenade connects. Looks like Smieta doesn't know about the Axis behind him. And goes down. Now let's see what comes from this 3 versus 1. He's got 1 minute 15 seconds on the clock. Let's see if he finds him with a cheeky no-scope. That's a very nice frag, I have to say. But gets picked off by Mega before he can do any more damage. 5-2 is the score, with Rip him off in the lead on the Axis side. Let's see Gregor this time. Well, that was a quick one. Finally, we had a sniper duel, which was abruptly ended with an American victory. 4 versus 3 now. Looks like APC is going to see a lot of action. There's a sniper going down. And now Mega is the only one left. 3 versus 1. On the other side of the map, he has to make his way to B. And has to see the scope first, who picks him off. And now we have a 3rd round for MEFKINGS. Interesting to see that Buku, the American shotgunner, still hasn't got a kill. Very unfortunate situation, but we must also note that the shotgun has the smoke, which obviously has a lot of utility, given that it is the only
Explosives planted!
class right now equipped with a smoke. There you go, Smieta gets a nice smoke kill into Gregor. 3 versus 3. And the axes are coming from the allied spawn, and there is a very unfortunate miss, which Comet exploits to his advantage. There you go. Buku gets a kill. He sees the legs of the next one, but Dave is faster. Much faster than him. And he's already getting crossfired. Let's see if he can get anything, but Dave's MP44 is just too accurate. Looks like we are
Explosives
seeing a
diffused.
6th round for the Axis
Axis
team. I wouldn't have guessed at least 6 rounds for the Axis. Not ever. But it's clear who's got a better foothold in Burgundy so far. Gregor is pushing up the street real hard. Now we also see Comet hearing the enemy, but gets injured in the process. He almost gets caught out by a nade. Well, thankfully, Sergen Garage does have its advantages, and now Mega gets an MG kill. Dadilla getting another one. The Americans' numbers are being thinned actively. 1 minute 12 seconds left. And now everybody's slowing down. There we see the first frag from the American scope. And now 2 versus 4. As Buku goes down. And now we have a 1 versus 4 in our hands. 1 minute, 1 scope. And hope, which was crushed by Comet's shotgun. As they get their 7th round. With just 2 rounds left. You might think this is a definite rip-em-off victory, but MEFKINGS is not out of the woods. There could still be hope. And right as I say it, rip-em-off comes in with a quick succession of frags just to get their 8th round. And we are now heading back into the last round of this half. 8-3. And once again, Burgundy always brings in these chaotic, fast-paced rounds that you just love to see. Absolute classic of a map. If you want fast action, as you can already see, it's 1:45 on the clock, and we already have the American swarming B site. Let's see if they can plant the bomb in time.
Explosives planted!
And yes, they can. 4 versus 2, 3 versus 2. Comet is picking the Americans off one by one. And who is now trying to make sure they do not penetrate the walls. B holding the fort all alone on APC. There you go. Comet goes down. But Mega trades. And now Mega is left in 1 versus 2. And he knows about it. 1 versus 1. He's got 20 seconds. But doesn't have the information. That's Smieta knows. He is not supposed to peek right now. And there you go. MEFKINGS with another round. Looks like Mega didn't have the luck. Didn't have the knowledge to get a 9th round. So we finish it off with a nice 8-4 score. And now Rip 'em Off is going to attack. MEFKINGS is going to defend. Which means we will have to follow Gregor to see how MEFKINGS will try the jump. That was an interesting peek. And now, you see Smieta dancing around, trying to make sure he doesn't die to grenades. And now the Americans have swarmed him. Already in the windows. 4 of them jumping into the site. Comet goes down. 4 versus 3. And now the Axis are looking towards APC instead as an alternative. However, Dave is waiting for them. Gets picked off immediately. In a 2 versus 2. Dadilla turns it into their favor. Smieta left in a 1 versus 2.
Axis eliminated.
Doesn't see him
Allies win.
in front of the bush, which means Rip 'em Off has their 9th round. Looks like they are continuing their streak. But let's see if they can finish it. Gregor gets a kill onto Rue, who was trying to jump onto B. And now Mega continues. Unfortunate miss from Gregor. Now they know there's at least 1 person on B. So the Americans now pushing on to A. There we go. First frag from the scope. But his teammate goes down. 2 versus 4. Comet is looking for a frag, but he won't find any so far. Not unless he goes to the other side of the wall. But Dave finishes off his enemy instead. 10-4 is our score. Once again, most of the action will be here on Gregor's side as he tries to get the jumpers first. However, we see a Rip 'em Off player dying instead. Smieta with a very quick frag onto Dave. Dadilla on the street getting 1 himself, and then Smieta gets a 2nd. Looks like the B defense is impenetrable this round. And now we see Gregor left in the 1 versus 3. He was hurt by Smieta.
Axis win.
And there we go, 5th round for MEFKINGS. Very nice frags. Now let's see once again from crossing perspective. Rue with a double kill on the nade. And then Gregor gets Smieta. Axis still has the man advantage, but they do not have B side. Which means Comet is now going to exploit that. Let's see if he goes for the bomb plant. He doesn't go for it yet. Waits for a teammate instead to make sure he's covered.
Explosives planted.
Axis player is now slowly coming towards the street. Buku finds a player, but gets killed instead. Very unlucky from that distance. Minus 90 damage with the shotgun, but unfortunately you cannot rewind that. And now Dadilla gets a 2nd one. And there we go. 11th round for Rip 'em Off. And the last 2 go down. Two more rounds left, which means Rip 'em Off is inching closer and closer to victory. Let's see Gregor from a new position. Waiting for someone to cross the road, and he barely misses the Axis players. And now, let's see if MEFKINGS can salvage the situation. However, Mega says no to that. Who avenges his fallen teammate, but gets picked off, and now Smieta left in a 1 versus 2. Bomb plant is slowly going down. And now he's going to have to go from middle to mid garden. However, there's a Thompson waiting for you. I would make up some distance. There's a nice frag, but the shotgun is just too strong in that range. There you go. Comet finishes off the round 12-5. And now we see a timeout. MEFKINGS. Hopefully it's strategic, because these guys are in trouble if they want to win. This is their last hope. It does look like a strategic timeout, if anything, because there's no communication. Apparently, one of them is drunk. Okay, so it seems that we have an accidental pause. They said they didn't notice. They called a timeout. Well, that is an interesting thing to hear, but good to know that we can already resume the match. Now, let's see. Mid garden is being rushed by the Axis players. The Americans still on the spawn. Comet knows what they were about to do and picks off Buku. Leaves MEFKINGS in a disadvantage. And now we're seeing a 3 versus 3. Let's see what MEFKINGS can do. Is it the end, or is this just the beginning of a comeback? It's a 3 versus 3, and the bomb is just going down now. And then we see Mega getting another kill. 3 versus 2 now. This is a very problematic situation. Smieta goes down as well. Gregor dies to a Car 98. 2 versus 1. And there we go. Comet finishing off, making the score a 13-5.